A deleted video of Pastor Gary Keesee has surfaced that completely changes everything we know about the Tom Keesee case. In this late-night confession that was quickly scrubbed from the internet, Gary Keesee directly apologizes to his daughter Kirsten, who we now understand is one of Tom's alleged victims. The same daughter whose story they're now publicly denying. This bombshell video reveals what appears to be a father acknowledging his failure to protect his own daughter, only to later claim allegations against her son are false. Today, I'm bringing you this exclusive analysis that connects the dots between this deleted confession, the criminal charges, and what it means for Faith Life Church going forward. Shalom, Anointed Ones. Welcome back to Anointed TV, where we seek truth, justice, and the heart of God in every matter. Today, we have a bombshell update in the Tom Keesee case, one that exposes a shocking admission from Pastor Gary Keesee himself, a video he posted, and then quickly deleted. But the internet never forgets, and neither does God. What we're about to break down reveals serious questions about leadership integrity, family dynamics, and the devastating impact when institutions are prioritized over victims. Let's start with this remarkable deleted video. In what appears to be an emotionally raw moment recorded at approximately 3 a.m., Gary Keesee directly addresses his children, including his daughter Kirsten. What's striking is his specific apology to her. Later in the video, Gary makes another telling statement framing the situation as being caught between two children, appearing to equate alleged SA with betraying the trust of the alleged abuser by acknowledging it. This framing reveals a fundamental misunderstanding of the power dynamics in cases and the responsibility of parents to protect their children from harm, even when that harm comes from within the family. Here's the video.
I just want to take a moment and talk to my 5 children, my congregation, the church here at Faith Life. I am a dad of 5 children, just like many of you are as well. I owe it to my children to never help one at the expense of the other. I think as parents we'd agree. It has been a hard place recently with things going on with children. You know, when any of my children came to me with a failure, I wanted to always bring restoration and direct them to God's forgiveness and ultimately to make sure they step into the love of God where healing can take place. And even though everyone makes a mistake in life, I've never been presented from any of my children any criminal behavior. Kirsten, I want to tell you that I'm sorry I let you down as a dad. I have, and I'm so sorry that you had to go to such extremes to get my attention. I always enjoyed being with you, and you know we always had great times together. And you and Elijah and Easton, such a wonderful family, but I wanted to make sure that you understand that. Tim and Alicia, you work so hard, and you've been faithful all these years, and such a great family, and I apologize to you as well. I know you have felt maybe unsupported, and maybe I've just been a little too busy, but you know that I love you. Jason and Amy, wow, you guys have always been amazing. You've been diligent all these years. And you know, all of us, our kids, all of us have gone through multiple tough times in the ministry. But we have built something that was fabulous. I'm going to talk to my staff, hardworking staff, all these years. God has blessed me with you, and you know, I apologize to you if and I'm sure I have lacked in some leadership and maybe affirmation and communication with you that would have maybe helped you do better and be better. But this situation that has arisen within my family has been a very deeply personal issue. And my intent was never, or is not, to ever cover up anything. anytime. But at the same time, not to betray the trust of one child over another. And I think you can understand that if you're a parent. But I just want to say to my staff that, I love you, and I know that you'll reap the reward of your labor. God is faithful. But it's a new year, new chapter. I believe for God to bring restoration to our family, into our church, into our congregation. And it's a late day here. It's like 3 a.m. We've been working hard all day just to get things done. But I wanted to take this minute before I head home just to make sure you understand where I'm at and how much I love you. Your dad, thank you. Your pastor, thank you.
What this video confirms is that Kirsten Keesee McKinney appears to be one of the 3 victims mentioned in the criminal charges against Tom Keesee. While victims' names are typically not disclosed in SA cases, this deleted video effectively identifies her as one of the complainants. The phrase, "going to extremes to get my attention," strongly suggests that she had been trying to have her story heard for some time before authorities became involved. The timing of this video is critical. It appears to have been recorded after Gary Keesee became aware of the allegations, but before the family's public stance hardened into denial. In recent public statements, Gary and Drenda Keesee have characterized the allegations against their son as a smear campaign, directly contradicting Gary's apologetic tone in this deleted video. This deleted video could have significant legal implications for the ongoing criminal case. It could potentially be admitted as evidence in court proceedings, as it might be interpreted as an acknowledgement that allegations were made and that Gary Keesee believes he failed in his responsibility toward his daughter. The defense strategy for Tom Keesee has been to plead not guilty to all 27 criminal counts. His attorney previously stated they would challenge the evidence directly. However, this video potentially undermines that strategy by suggesting that even Tom's father believed something inappropriate occurred. Additionally, this video raises questions about potential failures to report suspected ABUSE. In many states, parents have a legal obligation to report suspected young one ABUSE, even when it involves family members. The video suggests Gary Keesee may have been aware of allegations but chose to handle them privately rather than involving authorities, a decision that could have legal consequences depending on when he became aware of the allegations. This development creates an extraordinary crisis of leadership for Faith Life Church. Gary and Drenda Keesee have continued to lead the church and maintain their television ministry throughout this scandal. However, this video raises profound questions about their fitness for spiritual leadership. In the deleted video, Gary acknowledges leadership failures. This admission takes on darker significance in light of the criminal case against his son. If Gary failed to properly address allegations of abuse within his own family, how can congregation members trust him to properly handle pastoral issues within the church? Former Faith Life Church members have begun speaking out, expressing dismay at the Keesees' decision to continue in leadership while publicly questioning their daughter's credibility. One former member stated, "Preserving the institution over protecting the victims of abuse, particularly one's own daughter, is hard to stomach. The show must go on. Mentality might work in the entertainment industry, but not in the body of Christ." This case exemplifies institutional protection taking priority over victim advocacy. The Keesees appear to be leveraging their platform and resources to maintain their ministry while undermining the credibility of victims, including their own daughter. This pattern is tragically familiar in religious institutions facing abuse allegations. Leaders often prioritize institutional reputation over justice and healing for victims. This approach compounds trauma for victims and undermines the moral authority of the institution itself. In his deleted video, Gary speaks about restoration. However, true restoration cannot begin with denial and victim blaming. Genuine healing requires truth, accountability, and justice, elements missing from the Keesees' public response. These lead me to these critical unanswered questions. When did Gary Keesee first become aware of allegations against his son, and what actions did he take? Why did the Keesees pivot from an apologetic tone to publicly questioning their daughter's credibility? How can Faith Life Church congregants reconcile their pastor's public statements with this contradictory private video? What responsibility do church elders and board members have to address this leadership failure? How many others within church leadership knew of these allegations before they became public? This deleted video reveals the painful reality of how institutions often respond to abuse allegations, even when they come from within a leader's family. Gary Keese's apparent acknowledgement of failing his daughter before publicly questioning her credibility represents a profound betrayal, extending beyond the original abuse. For Faith Life Church members and the broader Christian community, this case presents a reckoning about values that should guide responses to abuse allegations. When leaders prioritize institutional preservation over truth and justice, they undermine the moral foundation of religious institutions. True leadership would require stepping back from ministry, allowing an independent investigation, and creating space for victims to be heard and believed, even when those victims are one's own children. As this case unfolds, the response of Faith Life Church leadership will reveal whether institutional protection continues to take precedence over accountability, truth, and justice. If this video has helped you understand this complex situation better, please like, subscribe, and share it with others who might benefit from this information. I'll be monitoring developments closely and will update you as soon as there's more to share.